Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video I'm going to show you how I sew a simple dress. I'm going to show you how I cut and sew hoodie simple dress with stretching material. I've made with unstretched material, not stretched material. I've made with this one. So I'm going to sew something like this with hoodie. I'm going to sew something like this, but this time I'm using stretching material for this tutorial, and this is the one I'm going to add to it. I've already cut it. This one is for the hoodie, this one, and this one is the one I will sew under the dress. So let me start. I'm going to fold my material into two. I have 1 yard by 55 inches. I'm using 1 yard by 55 inches. I'm going to fold into two. I will fold again to give me into 4. So I'm going to arrange on the table. This is into 4. I just folded into 4. This is into 2, and this is 3 and 4. I have 1 yard. The length is 36 inches, and while the 55 inches is the one I fold into 4, using as bust, waist, and hip. So this is the shoulder. I'm going to cut the sleeve and the shoulder together. I have 12.5 inches here, almost 13 inches. From shoulder down here, I will measure 10 inches. I will measure bust 46 inches plus sewing allowance. I'm only going to trim just little from it. Then waist and hip is the same measurement. So I'm going to measure from here, waist, half length, 17 inches. 17 inches. So this is the waist, and the hip and the waist is the same measurement. So I'm only going to trim just little from the bust here. I'm going to trim here, just here out from the bust. Just to the armpit, just here. Just trim here. This is the bust area. Because on the waist, I'm going to add just tiny elastic on the waist. From shoulder down, half length, that is waist, is 17 inches. So I'm going to notch here. I'm going to sew pocket from here. I'm going to measure where I just marked now, this place here, from here down here, 7 inches for side pockets. So let me do that. From here, I just mark here now. I place my tape there. I'm going to measure 7 inches. So I'm going to notch here and here for side pockets. Neckline, I will measure 2.5 inches, and I will cut back with half inch, and I will notch here. What I'm going to do is to sew the shoulder. After sewing the shoulder, I will cut the front neck. Then I will measure the front neck and cut the hoodie from it. For the down parts, let me notch center here for the down parts. And this is the one to sew on the down part. I have 2 pieces here. I measure 9 inches by 45 inches. I have 2 pieces. This one and the second one. I'm done joining the shoulder. And this is the neck. So I'll fold this way into 2. This is the neck line, and this is the sleeve. I just hem here now with half inch. I'm going to cut the neckline now. I place my tape on the shoulder. You can see the shoulder stroke the sleeve, and this is the armhole, the sleeve area. I will measure from shoulder down here 4 inches. I measured 4 inches, and I will mark a U-neck. I will cut here. I'm done cutting the neckline, and I'm going to measure and see the measurement I have here. I have 10 inches from here. The way I measure, I have 10 inches. That means I have 20 inches. So I'm going to cut the hoodie 11.5 inches by 16 inches. So I'm going to mark like this. just this way. I mark this way. I'm going to cut just the way I mark it. So this is the shape. What I'm going to do is to sew here, just where I mark. I'm going to sew here. After sewing, I have this tiny piece here. I'm going to use it to sew here, just here. But I'm going to first sew here to join the two together before using it. I will show you when I'm going to sew this one here. You want to sew under the dress 9 inches by 45 inches 2 piece. I sew this place and I sew this place, and I hem the down part with 1 inch. I'm done joining this curving part. This is how it looks like. What I'm going to do, like I was saying, that I will use this one to sew this place. This is where I will sew on the neckline, this place. Then this part will be on the forehead, this one on the face. So this is where I'm going to sew now. I will fold this one this way and start after ½ inch. I will leave ½ inch because I'm going to sew this ½ inch on the neckline. So I will leave ½ inch before I start my sewing. Then I will sew all through. Getting to this place, I will also leave ½ inch and fold this one with 1 inch. And when I use in sewing here, I will fold with 1 inch and sew and leave ½ inch here, because this is the where I will sew on the neckline. I've already cut the pockets. This is the shape of the pocket. This place is 7 inches. This is where I will sew on where my hand will come out from, this place. And I have tiny elastic which I will sew on the waist, but I will first sew the pocket, then I will sew the elastic on the waist. I will also show you when I'm doing that. After I finish sewing the hoodie on the neckline, I will use these pieces to hem to cover up the rough parts. Just sew this place now, this very place, and I leave ½ inch here and ½ inch here to sew on the neckline. I have 4 pieces here for the pocket. So this is where I notch. You can see the mark. I'm going to place this way. I will sew here. I will place on this side the same way. I will sew on this side, and on the front the 2 sides. After sewing, I will bring the 2 sides together and I will sew. After sewing, I will show you. I'm done sewing the pocket here and the front, and I cut elastic ½ inch by 16 inches. I have 2 pieces. I'm going to sew one here and I'm going to sew one on the front. So where the pockets start, this place, I'm going to start the elastic here and sew up to this side of the pocket where the pocket starts. I'm going to stretch it and sew. After sewing, it will gather. So I'm going to sew here and on the front. After doing that, before I will join the 2 sides. I'm going to sew on top this line and on top this white line. I just sewed the elastic and I sewed the 2 sides. I'm sewing the 2 sides. So I'm going to sew the hoodie on it, and I'm going to print here and the hoodie. I will show you when I'm done sewing. This is how it looks like after finished sewing. Please help me share this video. Please subscribe to my Facebook page and follow my YouTube channel. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. Please help me share this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.